So, very good afternoon to everyone present here. So, we'll start the session 5. I will request Professor Chaitali Chaudhary ma'am to please take over the session and conduct the session.
Hello, am I audible?
Jay, good afternoon, sir. You're audible.
Yes, Shubham, you are.
I hope everyone is enjoying the session and executing the queries.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start fifth session. Again, I would like to welcome Shubham, one of the alumni member of our college, and he's working as a senior software developer from past 5 years. Hope his session is quite helpful to all of you.
Hello.
So Shubham, welcome again, and I'd like to hand over to you. Shubham, you're audible. Okay. No issues. So, any feedback for these sessions till the point he's joining again? Any installation issues? I hope everyone installed MongoDB nicely. Okay. Nice to get so many feedbacks. It's really nice that you all are so interactive.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I installed this software, but how to get started this software and use it? Can you please guide us?
Ma'am, in C program files, C folder program files, there will be a MongoDB folder, and in MongoDB bin, inside bin folder, there will be mongo.exe file.
Okay.
Just a second. Hello?
Yeah, ma'am.
हाँ एक मिनट देखिए So then just you need to click the mongo.exe file and then the command prompt will be opened. I can do this in my system. Mongo shell will be active. This is the sequence. C program files, MongoDB server, then whatever the version is, my version is 4.4, then bin, and then I just need to click on this mongo.exe, and here it's the file over which we can, the shell over which we can execute all the commands.
Okay, so on this prompt only we need to execute all these commands, right?
This shell.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All the queries which were shared by Sudeep sir and Shubham, all the queries can be executed over here.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Our speaker is having some network issue. He's joining just soon. Yeah, Amrish sir gave the folder sequence. Okay. Thank you, sir. Any other feedback from anyone? Any kind of support which you want from us? All the PDFs, all the PPTs, all the links will be shared on a regular basis. If anything is missing, then for sure we'll be sharing before closing the before completing the workshop.
Ma'am, can we get these PPTs before? Because we have to prepare it
Yes,
for the.
ma'am, sure.
Due to electricity issues, sometimes we miss practical sessions also. Like I missed it today's for third session some of the time. So in case
Okay,
you
morning
can just
session.
do that. Yeah.
Ma'am, that PDF is already shared with you.
That PDF is
That
there
PDF is
for
already
many other sessions also, like that I've seen. But for many other session, like maybe electricity issue or some other network issue is there. So if we can get daily basis, it will be better for us.
Sure, ma'am. We are
Thank
definitely
you so
sharing it on
much.
daily basis.
Thank you.
Uh,
Sure,
Dr.
ma'am.
Suman, I will like to say that the video links of all the sessions will be are made available. We are trying to make it available every evening. So hopefully that will help. Also, we are sharing all the PPTs and resources which the resource persons are sharing with us. We are immediately sharing it in the group. So
Thank you
please,
so much. Sir, आज का
thank
तो
you, ma'am.
मुझे I have seen each and every note in the group, today's WhatsApp group, but rest of the things like yesterday also I missed due to electricity fluctuation certain.
The video links are available, ma'am, in the group of
Sir,
yesterday's
I
session.
know I have gone through that, but sometimes it's easy for access that PPT is access is easy than the video one.
Yes, ma'am. We are trying to
Sure, ma'am. We'll
make
be
it up.
sharing.
If we get the PPT, sir, many times we go through the PPT so we can dig into the topic actually. So,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
yeah.
Also,
Exactly.
sir, I think we have already shared, na, PPTs?
We have already shared. We have already shared.
Yeah.
Please go
I
through
think
the
in
group.
today's PPT will be also shared.
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Hello. Hello, madam.
Welcome, ma'am.
Ji, yeah, Deepak
Hello.
sir.
Yeah. Do we require that PyMongo driver? Because I'm finding.
I don't think so, sir. You require it right now.
Okay. Because I was finding some difficulties in installing that driver itself. It's fine if we are
Okay,
not
okay.
requiring
So
it.
you can contact our speakers if you're having any issues for Mongo
Yes.
driver.
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, sir. So our speaker is here. Can we start? Shubham, can we start?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so good
I'm
afternoon,
handing
everyone.
over to Shubham.
Yeah. Okay, so from the previous session, one topic was left, which was find. Okay, find or select, we can say. But in MongoDB terms, we take it as find. Okay, so there are different kind of different type of filters we can put up in the find. Okay, so let's start with that. So far we were also using the normal find one. Okay, this one db.bios, just a minute. Yeah, db.bios.find. Okay, so this one we were using. Okay, so this is also a find method. Okay, and yeah, so on
Sir,
top of it,
screen,
we are
sir,
taking
screen not visible, sir. Screen not visible.
oh, I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Visible, sir. Visible. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the find method which we have used earlier. Just a minute. 50%. Yeah. So basically, we have also tried to just verify our document sets. Okay, whenever we have tried the insertion operation, updation, or deletion operation, so we were verifying it via the find command only. Okay, but this find command also comes with lot more options. Okay, so that will be going through first of all, and then we'll be going ahead with the use cases. Okay, so yeah, so for find, we can directly pass any directly we can pass the whatever specific values which we want. Suppose we want this name. Okay, So we tried here with like whatever whatever bios which are having first name as James. Okay, we just we tried to find that. Okay, and we got the document. Okay, with the matched filter. Okay, so I'll be sharing with you in the command box. Sorry, not command box, chat box. Just try it here. It is not mandatory when you are writing it on your any specific language like Java or any language, Node.js, PHP. Okay, it is just for to make more interactive on shell, Mongo shell. Okay, so that's the fun of using Pretty. So please try it out. Okay, apart from that, we are also having certain you all just try it out, then we'll move further. I'll be coming up with other options which we can put up for the filter. Can you move ahead? It's a basic find query, so I don't think that it took a lot of time. Okay, so we can go ahead now. Okay, so one more thing is there. Find is just equivalent to select asterisk, which we do in RDBMS. Okay, so this find without specifying, without projectioning on specific fields. Okay, it might be cause for performance decrease. Okay, so for that, what we do, we will project on certain fields which we want. Okay, so suppose if you are developing an API, okay, and that API is using the same BIOS collection. Okay, and in this BIOS collection, in that API, we only want to send name and birth. Okay, so that time what will happen if you are sending it via find, all the data sets will go. Okay, and obviously the data will be traveling via some medium, right? So and the data will be stored in somewhere else, like the server will be a different place. Okay, so for that time, in terms of performance optimization, we should always try to think for basic optimization, and this projection also comes in that. Okay, so that's why always remember that whatever fields which are useful, we should only use those fields while hitting the find API, find command. Okay, so here we have did the same for like we just wanted name field. Okay, so what we did, we just specify in the second parameter, again it is an object. Okay, and here what we did, we defined the field. Okay, and that's value should be 1. Okay, 1 means we have to get that field. Okay, and this underscore ID was coming by default because it is a primary key. Okay, so MongoDB by default it 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 pushes this underscore ID key also when we write find command. Okay, so for that point of time, what I had to done is what I had to do is I just defined that underscore ID with 0. Okay, so this underscore ID is also not coming. So here you can say that name is coming only, name and ID is coming if I'm only projecting on name. Okay, but if I'm projecting on name and I don't want this underscore ID, then I just set this value as 0, so it is coming. Okay. Uh, Next we are having or clause in the find only. Okay, so suppose we have to search for name, whether name is John or name is James. Okay, so those two records only we want. Okay, so those type of records only we want. So for in that case we can use or clause. Okay, so syntax I'll be sharing with you. So here just a minute. Or first. It should work, but I don't know why it's not working. First. I'll check this out why it's not working. Okay, and I'll be sharing this or wala command with you guys again. Okay, so basically to give you an overview, like the first in this find, the first parameter, the first object which comes is basically the filter part. Okay, whatever filter we want to apply on our search result. Okay, so
Sir,
those
we
all.
don't have stores collection.
Oh, so, no, but okay.
We don't have stores.
Oh, my bad. Okay, thanks for that.
Welcome.
Yeah, so it did worked. Okay, whatever fields which are having name with first name with James and John. Okay, so that's been captured. Okay, and again, as the rule of thumb, we have to use the projection. Okay, so for that, what we can do is we can just define it over here again. Okay, now it makes more sense. Same is this is similar for AND clause also. Okay, and it's on us like how nested we can do. Okay, no, how nesting we can do, how much nesting we can do. So it's on us totally. Okay, and for trying out this thing, we can also use Mongo Compass. Okay, let's try it out first, and we'll have a look into that also. Yeah. After this or the and is also similar to or. Okay. So the just we have to change this or instead of sorry we have to change this uh, command slightly. Instead of for and will come. Okay. After that we are also having array fields. Okay, like we are having this contributions. Okay, so here it can be different values, right? Like LISP is there, then artificial intelligence is there, and algol is there for this John McCarthy. Okay, and we are having Fortran algo, then this FP and Bacchus Norform for this John Bacchus. Okay, so this type of thing for searching out these array fields. Okay, there's different approach. Okay, which we have to put inside filter find command only. Okay, so the command is so yeah, so for this thing there are two approaches. Okay, so there can be like suppose if in any array. Okay, if in any array field there are two fields, suppose Java and algol. Okay, and we want to check those exact availability in a particular document. Okay, so for that case we will use this all. Okay, so it will similar to AND operation. Okay, it is similar to AND operation. Okay, but what we want also is that if any document is having Java, either Java or Lisp. Okay, so in that case also it should pick those documents. Okay, so in that case we will use in. So this is similar as or. Okay, so let's run this and this all operations for the array field search. Okay, so it gave us this algol LISP is there for John McCarthy. Okay, then I think is John McCarthy is inserted twice because we tried with multiple approaches, right? Insert one, insert many, and insert also. So I think it's repeated. Okay, but it will only get the result which is matching both the elements in an array. Okay, so this is the thing. Now we are having let me share with you. Okay, so in find there will be there can be more than one parameter. So first parameters will be for filtering it out. Okay, and the second parameter will be for projection. Okay, same as select column and all. Okay, select column 1, column 2 we do in RDBMS, right? So that is same for MongoDB, but we use here with by passing second object. Okay, with the value as 1.
Maybe.
Can we go ahead with the next one? Okay, thanks. Thanks for confirming. Yeah, so second one is the OR clause for array search. Okay, so here we want to search either with Java or Lisp. Okay, so we hit the command. Okay, so here we can see that this James Gosling is searched for with this Java. Okay, then this one also got searched. Okay, this also. Okay, so it is similar to OR. Okay, or with or for array search. Yeah. Then next is text search. Okay, so in MongoDB we can also perform text search. Okay, so suppose in our case we are having different names, right? So those names we want to search it out. Okay, and for that we do not want to make it search based on a field. Okay, instead of that we want to search on whole document. Okay, so for that thing what we can do is this concept of index. Okay, so for that index will be required for this thing. Okay, to achieve this, so for that whatever fields which you want to come inside the come in the text search. Okay, so those particular fields will create a text search index. Okay, text index for those fields. Okay, and then we'll perform text search. So whatever search will get performed, that will be taking results from those text search text index field. Okay, so for in our case we are going to define index for this name field. Okay, in BIOS we are having name fields. Okay, so this name dot first. Okay, so for name dot first we are going to define the text search index. Okay, and this index can be yeah, one more thing is there that in any document, okay, there can be only one in any collection there can be only one text index. Okay, but we can use multiple fields to create that index. Okay, so suppose there are name, description. Okay, then title is there in our collection. Okay, so what we can do, we can create, and we want to achieve text search based on these three fields. Okay, so in that case what we will do, we will create index by using these three fields. Okay, and then we will perform text search, so all the results will come appropriately. Okay, so here we will have to create Let me delete this. Delete index. Okay, let me try creating one more. Okay, so this is there, like we cannot create any other index. Okay, if anything is already available. Okay, so for that thing, what we can do instead of that, uh, not delete index exactly, drop index we can do. Need to specify index to drop. Okay, we'll have to define the name. Index name is defined here. Okay, so name underscore text is our index. Okay, now if we'll do get indexes, then this is not coming. Okay, only one underscore ID is there. Okay, yeah. So let's create index first of all. Okay, so for name dot first index has been created. Okay, then we can perform search. Okay, so after creating this index, okay, when we perform search, okay, what we are doing, we are searching for either it can be James. Yeah, one more thing, uh, this search field, MongoDB, what it does when we are specifying text search, that time it tokenizes the search string which we are going for search, okay, and tokenizes uh, via delimiters, okay, like there can be space, there can be comma and all, okay. So it tokenizes and created a token, okay, creates a token, okay, and with that specific token it searches on the whole collection, okay. So here we can see that we have passed James and John also, okay, James space John, okay. So in that case what will happen, whatever document which contains either James or John, that will come, okay, in our output, okay. So if we'll hit the command, okay, then you can see that name dot first is having John, this is also John, and this is James, okay. So this is it works like this, okay. And if we want to if you want to search for a specific exact text, okay, so in that case what we can do, we can search in this way. Yeah, let me share this thing, then I'll share that one. So to perform this operation, creating index is must, okay. Okay, so yeah, so for exec search, this is the command. We just wanted to search for the James. So this backslash will have to use, okay, for exec search. Okay, so here we can put any spaces and like long text also, like James space James is doing something like that also we can put. Okay, so MongoDB will perform whole text based search. Okay, so this is also good for this case. Okay, so we did for exec search, so we got only one document, okay, because we have only one James with document.
मम्मी आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन स्क्रीन पे क्या हो रहा है? ये
सॉरी,
जो प्रेजेंटेशन स्कीम जो स्क्रीन है इस पर बार बार ये क्या आ जा रहा है?
ये ऊपर बोल रहे हो क्या?
नहीं, पिछला बैक स्क्रीन जो इसके नीचे थी आपकी, ये एक के बाद दूसरा ही होता है।
ये बोल रहे हो ये?
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
Actually, I think someone is also sharing the screen, so that's why when two person at a time sharing the screen, okay, so वो infinite में चाहता है वो।
हाँ, infinite हो जाता है, वो बंद करवा
But
दो।
actually, it goes in infinite loop because of twice sharing. We are sharing this screen in meeting two also. That's why.
बंद करवा दीजिए प्लीज।
Here.
इसके शेयर मत कराइए।
जी सर।
Okay, so we can go ahead. Okay, so in this filter only, there are different options as well, such as greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than and equals to, not equals to, and exist. Exist basically it is for like there's suppose country field, okay, and we want a document where country field only exists, okay, all the documents where the country field exists. So in that case, we go with this exist uh, attribute, okay, and this is not equals to less than equals to greater than yeah. So this all are the options also available in the which we can add in the in the in the filter object only, the first object, okay. So I won't be capturing this part, okay, but what I will do, I will be sharing this the relevant commands with you, okay, because due to short of time also, uh, yeah, so these all options are also available, which are important, equally important, okay, but the syntax will be more similar which we used here, okay. So in case of greater than, you can see here, like if we are having any quantity field, okay, then we can just specify this $GT and this number which we want to compare with, okay. So in that way we can define. We do not have the document also, exact document also, to perform this operation, okay, as we could have done this, okay. But I'll be sharing this all document, these all commands by making a PDF also. Okay. Yeah. So this slash we can add, or we cannot we if you are not adding for this specific condition for gems, okay, so in that case also it will work fine, because we are having only one string, okay. But in case we are having, yeah, correct, it's a regular expression, correct. But in case we are having suppose we are having one a title, okay, James is a software engineer, okay. So if you want to search for that exact string, okay, James is a software engineer, so in that case we cannot go with this normal search, okay, normal text search, because in that case again MongoDB, what it will do, it will tokenize by a chunking it by a delimiter, okay, and it will search for each keyword, okay. So again it will not make sense, and it will give us more record than we want, okay. So for that's why we will have to use this slash one for exact search, okay. So it totally based on our requirement. I think for the basic find query, it's enough. We can go ahead for the use case also. Any questions so far in CRUD operations?
Excuse me, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, hi sir. Yeah.
Sir, for these queries, sir, is there any link is there where all the documentations are available for the required
No,
queries?
sure.
We can refer to
See,
that
see,
document.
yeah, sure.
Can you
Now you,
share any web link related to this? Most useful for us.
okay, sure. So now you all are having, I think, a basic idea of like how Mongo works. Okay, what's the idea behind MongoDB? How the schema is defined? What kind of queries can be performed? Okay, so it would be better if you will go via the MongoDB official link, because the most of the knowledge you can get it from there. Okay, so that will be good, and I'll share the link. But why I'm saying the MongoDB official link, because that will be having the updated things. Whatever things has been deprecated, it will not show that. Okay, or it will show a warning for in front of that, like this particular option or this particular feature has been deprecated. Okay, so better to go through the MongoDB official website, and the documentation is also good in MongoDB official website. Okay, so yeah, so currently we were going with the version 4.4. Okay, so and this is so simple actually. Like here you can see that introduction, installation, Mongo shell is there, whatever Sudeep sir has described today. Okay, so here you can get that thing also. Okay, and then CRUD operation is also there, so you can check each and everything from here only. All the things are available: aggregation, data models, transactions, indexes. Okay, so all the things are available here. You can go
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yes, correct, Roslyn ma'am. Similar to pattern match. Okay, now can we go ahead with the use cases? If all are fine till here.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I would like to have all your ideas for use case. Like we have discussed, what is MongoDB, what's the idea behind this MongoDB, what are all the features. Okay, so can we come up with a basic use case, like for which industry we can use this MongoDB, so that uh, most of the people will join this uh, discussion, so it will be more better for us, and we can conclude the better ideas also. Any use cases so far, like in what industry we can use? Any idea? Anyone? Library information system we can use, but yeah. Let's discuss this thing also. Like whoever is saying anything, then let's speak it out. Like either one or two line. why we can use. Mr. Sriraman, we can start from you.
Sir, in library, we are going to update the textbooks and others versions.
Your voice
sir,
is too
that
low,
for the-
Mr. Sriraman.
Sir, we need to update the library information, sir, regarding the books, indexing books, and the different versions.
Excuse me, am I the
We are
only
switching
one who is not able to listen, Mr. Sriraman?
No, sir, voice is very low, sir.
Okay, okay.
Sir, am I audible now?
The voice is
No,
very low, sir.
very low actually.
Sir, am I audible now?
So check the volume of your laptop, sir.
No, volume not to work, right? That is input.
Everyone's voice is clear other than Professor Sriraman.
Yeah, or Sriraman sir can conclude this point later. Rupila ma'am, can you please go ahead? I'm having certain use cases. Okay, so I'm not only throwing with you. Okay, so I'm just giving a heads up. I just wanted to know like how far so far how much we have grabbed the idea. Rupila ma'am, Swati ma'am,
Sir, am I audible
Kavita
now,
ma'am, any of you can go ahead and speak up.
sir? Sir, this is Sriraman, sir.
Sir, wherever scalable applications are designed, they can use MongoDB as the space is not fixed from the beginning and the schema is already not defined. They can use MongoDB so that the structure can be changed anytime.
Okay, but not fully clear. Okay, partially we can say that yeah, it's right.
Okay.
Okay, so let me conclude the thing. While defining catalog attributes of all products are not clearly defined. Yeah, this is a valid point. Correct. Frameworks like WordPress, yeah, for that also we can use because there can be multiple vendors and but yeah, that again depends like how we are planning to design a system. Okay, so it again totally depends. In case of CMS, I'm not totally favor into it. Okay, so but yeah, we can use definitely MongoDB as well. Okay, cool. Then let me go through. Let me share what I have listed down, wherein I have contributed also. Okay, and some of the things are like I just thought of like where there we can use it very smoothly. Okay, so screen is visible to all of you, right?
Yes, Shubham, it's visible.
Okay, cool. Okay, so first of all, there is one field IoT. Okay, so in case of IoT, you all people know like if there is any IoT system, okay, so in that case, the transaction of the values, the data transaction, okay, data storage, data transaction, that is on very lot of data gets transmits. Okay, lot of data gets inserted into database. Okay, and the database and that whatever payload is going. Okay, so that is not going to be same all the time. Okay, it can get changed anytime. Okay, or very, if you'll take it in a simple way, so we can say that all the time the data can be unstructured. Okay, there won't be a structured data. Okay, so first use case which I see is the IoT. Okay, so in IoT, I think most of the IoT companies uses MongoDB. Okay, for data transmission and all. They also uses some sort of Kafka and all for messaging system. Okay, but yeah, if you look for the NoSQL, then they use MongoDB. Okay, so that IoT is definitely there. Okay, then cataloging is there. Okay, cataloging is not specifically to e-commerce only. Okay, and cataloging also, if we'll say, yeah, cataloging is not specifically to e-commerce. There can be a catalog for to any industry. Okay, so suppose if you are going on e-commerce, okay, and suppose we are on Flipkart or Amazon, okay, then there we are finding out a lot more categories. Okay, let's go to the website there. Okay, so here you can see that we are having different kind of categories. Okay, these are categories. Then here if you go, then again categories. Okay, subcategories are there, and so on. Okay, like these mobile computers again, it is coming in it will come in electronics for sure. Okay, in the backend that will be managed in that way. Okay, and then mobile tablets and more is again here you can see that cases and covers, screen protectors, these all things are there. Then again the classification will be based on the device price, then color, then size, and so on. Okay, and then we are having the most important thing, we are having products also. Okay, so suppose if you are going on any product, okay, so here we can see that there will be different description for each and every product. Okay, there won't be similar description. Suppose you are going for buying refrigerator, okay, and you are going for buying a top. Okay, so that time you will see totally different description of top. Okay, I'm talking about the field values. Okay, field values basically. Okay, so size will be available on the waist size will be available on the shoulder size will be available on the top, for the top, but that will not be available for the refrigerators. Okay, and so there are lot more attributes which can be there for the refrigerators but cannot be there for the top. Okay, so this type of things are also kind of unstructured. Okay, so when you heard this thing that this company is using MongoDB, okay, as their technology stack, that doesn't mean that they are fully running, their fully website is running on MongoDB only. Okay, they are just using some part of it. Okay, like cataloging. Okay, so this is one of the good use case of the MongoDB. Someone is saying,
Priyanka ma'am, kindly mute yourself.
okay, so this cataloging is fine, right? Cataloging and IoT. Okay, next is real-time analytics and high-speed logging. Okay, now if we are working on any enterprise level application. Okay, suppose currently I'm working. I was working on recently. I was working on with Simplilearn. So they are having 50,000 plus learners. Okay, on their system. Okay, now to provide them better services, they want to log each and every moment. Okay, and sometimes also hackers attack. Okay, so for that also what they do, they created logging system. They are using third party actually. Okay, but via this MongoDB, we can use we can store all the logs into a MongoDB, okay, and we can create an analytic system based on those data, okay, which will give a clear abstract about the what is happening based on the log, okay. So that is also possible, okay, and this is also a very good use case of the MongoDB, okay. Then we are having one operational intelligence, okay. So operational intelligence, I just gave an example, scraping and analytics, okay. So operational intelligence matlab to get the data, okay, to get the data from the different sources in our system, okay, and perform different analysis, okay, on those data, okay, and conclude a certain result, okay. So I'm talking about the machine learning model and all, okay. So I have also got the chance to work on this type of thing, okay, where what we have done is there was an e-commerce company, okay, named Shekdeal.com. So there what we did, we just scrapped data from different sources like Amazon, Google, okay, and Alibaba, okay. And what we have done is we scrapped data for the products, okay. We stored their prices, okay. Now there was a logic written on that particular database, okay, and we used MongoDB only, okay. So after getting all the data sets into our system in our Mongo database, okay, we have written one logic, okay. So what that logic was doing, it was just fetching the best price, okay, and that best price we were matching with our systems, our e-commerce company's best price, okay, our price, okay, and based on that we were changing the catalog value, okay. So that was very useful, okay, and due to that the company also got they also earned a lot of profits, okay. So that is a quite helpful use case, okay. Not only specifically for that pricing wala thing, okay, but like if you have to get the data from different sources and we have to perform analytics over that, okay. So for that thing we can use that, okay. And why we can only use MongoDB for this case, again the data will be unstructured. We are not going to know like which website is having what structure, correct. So for that case, obviously we can go ahead with this MongoDB use case, okay. Because if you are going with in fact this real-time analytics, this cataloging and operational intelligence, if you are going with this, okay, and if you are taking these use cases, and if you are choosing RDBMS, okay, so you can only imagine that how many fields you will have to add, how many iterations you might have to do, okay, whenever third parties are going to change they are changing their structure, okay, database structure or any space structure also. So in that case our system will get impact, okay. So for that thing MongoDB is the best use case, okay, for the similar thing, okay. Then next is insurance management, okay. This one company I'm not able to recall. I think mid karke something is there, okay. So what they are doing, okay, I'm just giving their example. In fact, a lot of insurance management companies are there to just verify the details and all, okay. So insurance management team, what they are doing, they are just collecting data from the different websites, okay, and based on that they are just managing the insurance, okay. So suppose like regarding a user, okay, so that thing they are doing, and with the MongoDB they find it like I was just reading out the paper, okay, published by them. So they got to see very efficient in speed and efficiency in work also, in point of developer experience, okay, to manage these specifically things, okay. Agar they might have chose RDBMS for this thing, okay. So that system, first of all, it will get it has to be required a lot more hardwares, okay, and that is also there. And then there needs to be a lot more DBA, database administrator, to manage the system. Okay, so where this MongoDB, the problem can be sought out. Okay, so if we'll conclude in this way, like where we should use MongoDB. So wherever unstructured data set might come to your system. Okay, so in that case, you should design the you should choose the MongoDB. Okay, unstructured, and as well as like a lot more data sets are coming into your system. Okay, and less transactional database, less transactional systems you are going to build. Okay, and then if there are less relationship, there can be relationship, okay, between collections, but there should be less relationship. Okay, so if you are able to identify these all things, okay, then, and if you are getting a thumbs up, okay, so that time you can go ahead with the MongoDB. Okay, and suppose if you are if whenever you heard about any company, right, like I just want to mention this thing again. Whenever you heard about any company, like this company is using MongoDB, okay, this company is using MongoDB, okay, so that doesn't mean that they are taking MongoDB as their main tech stack. Okay, I hope you might have aware about the microservice architecture. So what they do, they just identify their architecture. Okay, whichever part is suitable for certain technology. Okay, they just grab that. They just separate that part out from the existing architecture. Okay, and they rebuild on the the appropriate technology. So they do like this. Okay, so this thing you just need to be aware of. Okay, next is health sectors. Okay, so health sectors, suppose in health sectors we like lot more machine learning and AI works are happening, okay, nowadays. Okay, so for that they need to store lot more data, okay, to perform analytics on top of those data, correct? Suppose there's for identifying the cancer disease only. Okay, so for that thing only they had to go via certain analysis. Okay, and if a person is going to perform that analysis, then it won't be good for if at a time suppose 100 patients are coming. Okay, so in that case it won't be possible. In fact, it will be impossible for a doctor or any analyst, okay, to check like whether that patient is having cancer or not. Okay, so for that thing, what they do, they are having separate phases. Okay, they collect the samples. Okay, they insert it into their database. Okay, and trust me, there will be, again, this is totally unstructured data. Okay, and this also again requires lot more data, actually lot more data. So for that thing they do store it they can store in MongoDB. Okay, and whatever samples they are collecting, and then based on that samples they can create a system where they can perform their they can build their machine learning model. Okay, so base use case is nowadays you will see that most of the companies are if they are going with machine learning or AI. Okay, so they are using MongoDB or any NoSQL as well as per their requirement, but not RDBMS. Okay, so yeah, these all are the use cases, basic use cases which I have seen so far. Okay, there are many more. We can talk a day or two also for use cases of MongoDB only. Okay, so yeah, that's all for the use cases. Anything needs to be discussed like regarding use case, because I was expecting that lot more people will ask questions on this only, or along with questions they'll put their reviews also. Okay, they'll also share their understanding. So if any of you will share the same, then it will be very helpful for me also. I'll also learn something, and for other people also.
It would be really nice if someone is having any project related idea in which they would like to
Correct, correct,
incorporate
correct.
MongoDB.
Correct. We can discuss that out.
Or otherwise, we can conclude the session.
Let's wait for 2 to 3 minutes. I think they're
Yes.
thinking. I think
Yes,
thinking.
sure. Actually, most of the PhD research projects are on either ML based, in
Correct.
scrapping the web, or IoT based.
Yeah, if
My research based is also on recommendation system. So initially, I'm scrapping the data from Amazon only.
oh, okay.
Okay.
You are
Shubham,
using
just one
proxies, right?
question. Sorry, Shubham, didn't got you.
You are using proxies, right?
No, I'm not using proxies. Actually, I'm using that beautiful soup Python inbuilt library.
No, that is fine. But
And
proxy, if you'll not use, then you know, it can be.
then means
It might be
yeah,
riskier
sure.
for you.
Yeah. Okay. In case of copyrights and everything you are saying, no?
Yeah. Actually, when we did the scrapping thing, na, in our last company Sheikh did, so that time we
Okay.
set up multiple proxies, actually, not a single, multiple proxies.
Okay. Just because for scrapping.
Yeah, but for you, it's just for research purpose. So I don't think that it will be issue for them. Okay, but for our case, it was for totally commercial purpose. So
Actually, there are still many data sets available with Amazon, but
yeah.
I only need 2 to 3 fields. So
Okay,
I said taking such a huge data set and then removing the fields will be tedious. So in spite of that, actually my work is on stream mining. So for stream mining, I want data parallelly.
Okay.
Shubham, we got a question: how to retrieve dropped collection?
Dropped collection.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that. I'm also not aware about that.
Okay.
So that case. Viren sir, did you drop your collection? Actually, dropped collection. I don't think that it will be easier to retrieval. Okay, but if you are in that, if we can take this discussion into next thing, like we are having transaction also in the Mongo database. Okay, so suppose we are using any but that will be totally different. We cannot retrieve actually dropped collection. There might be any way, okay, but I don't think that will be so easy we can get it. Okay, MongoDB using Python. I'll share any link for that MongoDB using Python. Partha sir, I'll share.
Was a query from
Sheetal sir or ma'am. Yeah. I'll share that today only.
Okay, then can we wrap up the session? Shubham sir.
From my end, it's all done. Okay, but
Okay.
I was just hoping someone will say something.
So I will request Chaitali ma'am to please conclude the session.
Yeah, one more thing is there, like please note down my contact number in case you need any help. Okay, I'll just drop this in the chat box only.
सुदीप सर अटेंडेंस लिंक चिरंजीव सर को बोल दीजिए नहीं भेजे attendance link is will be shared soon just we are sharing it in a second.
Okay, cool. I'm stopping my presentation.
Thank you so much, Shubham. It was
Most
really
welcome,
nice
ma'am.
to have you with us.
Yeah, actually, it was a good opportunity for me also, because it's my first session. I'm just I just represented as a speaker. Okay, so it was a quite good learning for me, and I'll be looking forward for this similar opportunity next time also.
Sure. It was really nice to have you with us, and seriously, your session was quite informative. I hope everyone likes your session.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so hope you all are enjoying the sessions and getting the hands-on experience. I'd like to summarize today's session. By that time, you can also fill your attendance form. Morning first session was taken by Professor Sudeep Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, BIT Durg, who is also co-coordinator of this workshop. He gave us insights on MongoDB, document databases, embedded documents, CRUD queries, aggregation pipelines, MapReduce, CAP collections, sharding, and its strategies. Then the second session was taken by our alumni member, Shubham Sahu, who is currently working as a senior software developer in Tyke Technologies Private Limited. He discussed about basics of NoSQL, embedded and normalized data models, and various MongoDB queries. In the last session, he discussed use cases on IoT, catalog, real-time analytics, high speed, logging, caching and high scalability, operational intelligence, insurance management, and health sector. So hope today's session is quite good, and we all will be meeting tomorrow morning 10:30. Tomorrow's first session will be on the topic graph databases using Neo4j, which will be taken by Mr. Gyan Prakash from HCL Noida. So hope to see you all again tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
ma'am.
much, everyone. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone, for having patience and listening my my knowledge. Okay, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Shubham, once again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Parthurai sir.
Thank you, ma'am. So we will be signing off now. I will be closing the meeting. Thank you very much.
Happy learning. Bye.
Parthu sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, don't close the link just now, because the attendance sheet is link is given just now. So maybe
Okay,
few
I will
people
wait
be
for
joining again back.
10 minutes. Yes, I will
Yes,
wait
yes.
for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hello.